want to show you how to cook the perfect kangaroo steak. It's not only delicious, but it's lean, and it's a fantastic alternative to other meats such as beef, pork and lamb that we eat all the time. And before we get on to cooking our kangaroo steaks, I'm going to show you how to make a delicious capsicum salad to go with it. Now, I like the combination of red and yellow capsicum for this. I've preheated my oven to 220 degrees, so nice and hot. We'll add a splash of olive oil to our capsicum. So we're just going to roast them whole. You can actually do this on an open flame if you like, but because I'm making so many of them, this is just much faster. Also, just a small pinch of salt, so it just sticks onto that oil. And these will cook for about 20 minutes until they break down and are slightly blackened. Right, while they're in the oven, we'll get onto a really assertive dressing to go in with the capsicum. So in a mortar and pestle, I'll add one very large clove of garlic along with some salt. Now the salt is abrasive, so it's going to break down our garlic and make it really sticky. So just tap on that and see how sticky that is now. That's what we're after. 2 anchovy fillets. Now you may be saying anchovy fillets with red meat, kind of unusual, but it's not. The anchovies are going to give us some saltiness and some savouriness, so that's why I like to add them. They won't be fishy at all by the time we serve it with our capsicum. And now for some pepper. Now I'm using some green peppercorns that were in brine and I've removed them from the brine. So in they go. And we're going to break them down. I'm just going to grab a spoon, just scrape down the pestle. And some oregano. You can use some dried oregano, but I've been able to get my hands on some fresh. So we want about a sprig of oregano for this. If you're using dried oregano, just use half a teaspoon. And now for the agrodolce part, which is the sweet and sour. Sweet, some sugar, and sour or acidic, we've got some vinegar. You can use any vinegar you like. I'm going to be using some sherry vinegar, another splash, and some capers. I'm adding my capers at the end because I do want them to hold their shape. So we're just stirring them through as opposed to pounding them. And to bring the whole thing together and mellow it down a bit, because as I said, there's a lot of strong flavours in there, some extra virgin olive oil. So a good glug. Perfect. Okay, that dressing is done. In fact, it's better to do this ahead of time just to allow all these flavours to mingle. So all we need to do now is wait for the capsicum to finish cooking. I'm going to place them in a bowl after they come out of the oven and allow them just to steam to remove the skins. Then I'll finally slice them. And in that time, I've allowed the kangaroo to come to room temperature. Crucial when you're cooking any type of protein really. Bring your meat out of the fridge half an hour to an hour before cooking. Now I've peeled all the capsicum, they're ready to be sliced. But before I get onto that, let's get our kangaroo into the pan. I'm using a grill pan because I like that charred flavour, and this has come to room temperature. So I'm going to cook one of these beautiful steaks. These have been prepped into perfect medallions. Look at that, just delightful. I'm going to cook 2 because I love it that much. And we need to season our meat and we need to oil it before we put it on the grill. So good glug of extra virgin olive oil over the top and some salt and pepper. Just a small amount of pepper because we do have that green peppercorn flavour happening in the dressing, so just a small amount. We'll turn over and we'll do the other side into the pan. It's a good sound. Now while they're cooking, let's get back to the capsicum. I've just placed them into piles. So I'm just going to finely slice these. They're almost going to look like capsicum spaghetti because they're going to be super finely sliced. And you can see how soft they are. There's something about freshly roasted capsicum that I love. I'm not a massive fan when they're raw, but when they're like this, just addicted to it. And then into the bowl. And I've left some of the juices in the bowl from after they were roasted. That's flavour, so I'm going to keep that. And now for our yellow capsicum, again, we're going to finely slice them. Okay, into the bowl. And just have a look at those colours. I mean, is there anything more appetising than that? It's just happiness in a bowl, if you like. All right, let's have a look at this beautiful kangaroo steaks. I'm going to flip them. Look at that, nice char marks. Fantastic. That really needs just a few moments on that side. Don't overcook your kangaroo. If you overcook it, if it's well done, I mean, if you are that way inclined, sure, but the perfect way to cook it is medium rare so it stays nice and juicy. And don't forget, the kangaroo is going to continue cooking as it comes off the grill while it's resting. So if I'm going to cook this kangaroo for about 4 minutes, rest it for at least 2 minutes so it stays extra juicy. So I'll get a fresh, clean board and we'll take them out to rest. Now, to finish off the capsicum, we can add that glorious dressing that has so many lovely flavours in it. Just give it one last mix just to combine it. And take that out. And I'll use a spoon just to scoop out that thick sauce. Yum. Now, just like any salad, we're going to toss it with a fork and a spoon. Okay, let's plate this beautiful dish up. Black plate. Going to add a small mound of our capsicum salad in the centre of the plate. And you can see I've got quite a lot of capsicum here. This will last for at least 3 to 4 days, if it does last that long, in the fridge. Fantastic in other salads, or used on an antipasto platter. You can even add it to your sandwich. So yummy. Spread it out. And you can serve it cold, or I'm serving it at room temperature. Really, really good. Now for our beautiful medallions. You can see how the grain is going that way. So with any type of meat, you want to cut against the grain so it stays super tender. So we're going to cut this way. And have a look at the cuisson of this. Look at that, perfectly cooked. I'm just going to slice that. Yum-o. We're going to add that to the top. Just spread it out. That is great. And because I love that dressing so much, let's just add a small amount over the top on the kangaroo just to tie the whole thing together. And now I'm really showing off. A little sprig of oregano on the side. What a lovely dish. If you haven't tried kangaroo before, give it a go. It is so delicious, particularly with this capsicum salad.